This is Attorney Bob Diamond. I'm here to talk to you today about mortgage litigation for mortgages which are written incorrectly, which don't have their T's crossed, their I's dotted, or which frankly were just illegal and wrong. Now, we all know that the banks have really stuck it to America. They took advantage of us, they gave people loans they couldn't possibly afford, and with a wink and a nod, they overlooked things just because they wanted to make money, and now they're in trouble. And you owe it to your family and to yourself to make sure that things were done correctly, and if they weren't, to exercise your legal rights. So let's talk about what some of those rights are. There are federal laws that control banking and mortgages in particular, and deeds of trust if you're in a state like California. Now, those laws, you'll hear them by their initials: RESPA, which is the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act; TILA, which is the Truth in Lending Act. You'll hear Regulation Z, a whole potpourri of state and federal laws and different acronyms. But basically what they say is that if the lender made a mistake, then oftentimes they'll be punished. Like, for example, if you had a refinance loan and there was never a notice of a 3-day right of rescission, you didn't get your 3 days to rescind your loan, that loan can sometimes be completely wiped out, so you never have to pay it back. But someone has to go through the documents to check everything, and we have to check every T, every I. We make sure that everything is there and everything's in place. Now, sometimes this is not easy to do. You may not even have all the paperwork that you need. We can get that from the mortgage company. But it's very important that you understand what the benefits of this can be. One of my friends, Brian Miltenberg, actually got a $2.1 million verdict on a lender liability case. He was able to completely turn the tables on the mortgage company that was trying to collect against their borrower. And not that that happens all the time, it doesn't. But when it does happen, it's a huge day. And again, these are complicated laws: Regulation Z, Truth in Lending Act, RESPA, a whole bunch of state regulations. What we do when we get these files in our office, we go through every paper and we examine it and we check to see if they're compliant. We check to see if they're compliant with all the laws. And when they're not, we're going to use that for one of two things. Either we're going to sue the bank, or secondly, we may just use that for negotiating leverage. We can twist the arm of that bank. Negotiating leverage over the bank. Because frankly, they'd do it to you. They'd take you and squeeze you and wring you out upside down to get every penny out of you if they get the chance, and you owe the same to them. And that's what we're here to do, because frankly, we've got a bunch of hungry, nasty attorneys here, and we want to get the banks on your behalf, because we think, and I think, that what's been done is absolutely wrong. And anything we can do to undo it, we are absolutely committed to doing. So one of the questions you probably have is, well, that's great, Mr. Diamond, how can I afford an attorney? I can't even afford to pay my mortgage. Well, that's one of the best news of all. One of the greatest things about these statutes is many of them carry attorney's fees provisions. So we're able to actually take the case on what's called a contingent fee basis, meaning that we take the case, we prosecute it, and part of the judgment at the end is attorney's fees for us, so we get paid, and of course money or forgiveness of the loan for you. So it doesn't mean that you have to be rich to litigate. You don't. If it's a good case, then you don't need to be rich. So the question is, what do we need to do this? Well, we need to spend a couple hours with your file, with all the paperwork associated with your loan. As you know, attorney's time is unfortunately not free. We have a limited amount of it every day, so we need to get paid for that. So there is a fee for doing that. But when we do the litigation evaluation on your file, we're going to look through every paper. We're going to check that everything was done correctly. And when we find a mistake, it's going to be in one of two things that we could do with it. One is we may use it to sue the bank. We may file a lawsuit and take them to the cleaners, take them to court, and make sure that they pay for everything they should be paying for. The second thing, and a common thing that you have to do, is we just use it for negotiating leverage over the bank. We point out the mistakes and we say, you better give our borrower a better deal on loan modification, because if you don't, then we can go to court. And sometimes that's the purpose of it. It depends on the severity of the violation, what laws are violated, what the potential penalties are, and how strong your case is. We evaluate that. So what I need is for you to get us all the papers, agree to have us do this. There's a fee for it, as I said, and the representative will go over what that is. But we'll go through your whole file, and we'll get back to you and let you know what we can or can't do. Hopefully we can do something very severe and punish the banks for the bad things that they've done and get you the compensation that you frankly deserve and need. So send in that file, let us have a look at it, let us put our expertise to work for you, and hopefully make a huge difference in your life with one of those exciting days when a loan gets forgiven or you really get the hand over the bank and you just twist their arm and make them give you a really good deal. So this is Attorney Bob Diamond. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see your filing here soon.